Okay, so I wanted to come in here and just talk to you guys for a little bit and tell you about my day and really just kind of have a minute with my team. Today has been awesome, but I'll be honest, I am exhausted. What happened today was Tony, who is actually basically like our, he does a lot of media stuff for Lavelle. He's always on the Lifestyle Getaways. He's the guy behind the camera. He's doing, the commercials, basically all of our marketing things. He was here today at our house, and Lavelle is launching what they're calling a 200K documentary series where they're just spending a day with us and, a day in the life of a 200K. And, I had no idea really what to expect when he got here. I actually went live in my 200K group page this morning, and they will all vouch for me that they've probably never seen me that nervous. Because I was almost getting nervous but excited. But the reason for that is I just felt like, and the reason I'll say I'm just exhausted right now, is that there's such a huge responsibility for me. I have someone in my home for a day, and how can I possibly, put into words what has happened here and the journey and what we've seen and what's happened within our team and our friends and our family and what this has meant for us and our life and what it's done for us physically and then what it's done for our family. I mean, like literally, how can you possibly, even find the words? I mean, it's kind of like when you're trying to describe to your best friend what Thrive has done for you and you're like, gosh, I mean, I can't even list all the things that it's done for me. Yet there's such a sense of importance because this is going out to every person that is attaching their name to this company, and that responsibility of painting a picture of what's possible for you guys. In the beginning I kind of struggled sometimes with talking about our successes because I don't know. I think financial success is kind of hard to talk about sometimes. Now I'm not afraid to talk about that because I understand that financial success with this company means that you've impacted people's lives. Like you have been helping people. You don't get to, a car bonus and your car being paid for every month without helping a whole, team of people. You certainly don't reach 200K without literally investing time and hours and pouring your heart and soul into people to help them reach their goals physically, to help them reach their goals with this company. So, this is just a part of it. Oh, Paul's calling me. Sorry, Paul, I'm on with the team. And I haven't talked to him in like forever. Did I really decline his call? I'm on the phone with my team. No, it's just, I know I'm kind of rambling with you guys, but I feel like I can kind of talk to you guys over here. The last 3.5, in October it'll be 4 years. And it's gone by so fast. And it's been so fun. And, just the celebrations that we had. Here's what I want to do, and I actually just put up a post and I shared 2 pictures. Most of the day I was just in my clothes like this because this is how y'all see me. I did put makeup on for the camera. I know you guys see me a lot without makeup, but I didn't want to be filmed without the makeup on. I'm fine coming into team pages without it, but not on a company website. But and then I filmed me sitting on the couch in the living room and him interviewing me. And my goal today was just, and I think that's why I had so much nervousness. And I was on a live video with Carol Lawson earlier today, and of course she said she was nervous about going live in her team page, and I said, gosh, I was a nervous wreck with him being here today. But your nervousness is is related to your passion. I think there's two different reasons why people can be nervous. People can be nervous, mostly maybe anxious if you don't know what you're talking about. But nervousness is, it's like you're so passionate about what you're doing, and it's such a huge responsibility, and you just want to do a good job because you care so much. And for us today, it was, I want people to see my kids running around everywhere. I don't want people thinking I'm just some unicorn or some person with a little magic wand that poof, everything happens and the kids are all dressed and ready and perfect, and yeah, I built this mega business with perfect kids. That is so not the case. We're a busy family. We're a loud family. I always say there is nothing meek and mild about my children. There's no telling how many calls I did running from a child that was doing something. I'll never forget the team call that I was on, that the kid in the background yells, "I'm done." That was when we were literally in the apartment. We were living in the barn apartment where we were building our house over here. We live the same crazy, chaotic lives everyone else does. And what I wanted to do today was just, put together something of a day in our life that inspires people, that says, if they can do it, by God, I can do it. That's what I want you guys to claim. If Mauria Dillard can do this, I can do this, eliminate all the excuses. One of the things Tony asked me, he said, "What's your secret sauce, Mauria?" People always, they look at you. Agree, Heather Lake, closet is a great place to hide. Agree. Or out in the garage. I've ran out into the garage before during a team call, and then a random cat. I think that was Aaron Aponte's team call. I could write a book about some of the craziness. But, he said, "What's your secret sauce?" And I said, "You've got to, I'm crazy passionate about what I do because I believe in this so much. And my belief in this is because of what I've personally experienced, and it's also because this is a part of my days. I don't go a day or two at a time without being plugged into something. I don't go a day without being plugged into what's happening here. I don't go months at a time without being in a room full of thrivers. Guys, you've got to be in a room full of thrivers. The reality of what's happening here is it's huge. The email that we just got, y'all, about the numbers that we've had, and I love, I swear that's Jason Camper's verbiage. I can just see it. The naysayers. Jason and Paul themselves, what if they had listened to the naysayers that said the cloud office isn't, the cloud-based business isn't going to work, or, DFT isn't, whatever. They had all those naysayers. What if they had listened to them? Where would all of us be? I can't even tell you how many naysayers I've had throughout my journey. And, one of the things that's been talked about is, when you reach a certain level of success, you've proven everybody wrong, so you don't have as much skepticism. Heck no. I have reached a pinnacle of success, and honestly, everybody doesn't even know necessarily the reality of where we are and what we've been able to do with this company. But there's still skepticism. There's still naysayers. But what keeps me going every single day is I know the truth. And I know the truth because I know what this has done for me and my husband. And I also am so plugged into this that I see what it is doing in the lives of so many people. This would not be all that fun. It's the same way with you. Your Thrive business wouldn't be that great if you were the only one that felt anything, right? Your excitement comes from introducing this to someone else, and they're thriving with you, and then they've got a story, and then that leads to another story, and then you earn an auto bonus like that. That may be great. It's exciting, but when somebody on your team doesn't have to worry about their car being paid for anymore, that is huge. So we can't be worried about what other people think. We can't listen to the naysayers. What is happening with this? Numbers don't lie, guys. People can say whatever they want to say. We can't make up all these stories across the globe that are literally happening. I talked to Tony about that. I said, honestly, at this point in time, there's basically a call that is happening every hour in every time zone across the globe around here, because we're now a global brand. We're $1 billion global brand. and we're a part of this. And you know, I know we don't just prance around saying we're a part of this billion-dollar global brand all the time, but I think, you know, part of us needs to say, hey, we're a part of a billion-dollar global brand in its infancy stages, in its first 5 years in business, that we've literally just had 7 straight months of consistent growth. You go find me somebody else that's done that. You know, I know no one's, and I'm not just talking about in our industry. Guys, when I talk about what other companies are doing, I don't make that industry specific. I'm talking about just in general, you know. I'm sure Amazon has had 7 months of consecutive growth, okay? Yeah, well, if we're going to compare our company to Amazon, that's a great company to compare yourselves to, right? So it's just, I don't know. I got on here to talk to you guys about my day and, you know, the responsibility. I'll tell you what, today I just felt like it was a really, really big, I had a big responsibility to just be honest in what's possible here for everyone. And that's a big responsibility, and it's hard to summarize a journey, but we did our best, and I'm excited about it. But until then, we have a lot of 200K leaders on this team, and those 200Ks are where you want to be. I actually talked about that a little bit. You know, there's 200K in this company, guys, is a representation of financial freedom. And if there's 200Ks that are not financially free and don't have financial peace, that's because they're just flat out not managing their money the right way. They're not making smart financial decisions. And I'm sticking to that story. You know, you're given an opportunity at 200K to absolutely put your family in a completely different place financially. Your 200Ks are where you want to be. Watch them, follow them, lock arms with them, but also look at them and realize they're not just some unicorn or some little fairy with some pixie dust or whatever it is. They're people just like you. They probably hit 200K because they were so stinking hungry to get themselves out of that position that they were in, that they just said, I'm running, I'm putting my head down, and I'm not stopping until I get there. I am super excited to be interviewing some of our newest 200Ks. We're actually going to start tomorrow. Jolene Hurley is actually our very first person that we're going to be interviewing. I'm going to do that tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock. I'm fixing to post that flyer. Guys, I cannot wait for you to hear all of her story. I've only heard little bits and pieces of it, but it's an amazing story. I cannot wait. Some of our 200K, you know, we had 15 people reach the highest rank in the company within our team last month. And in the month of July, you guys are hearing that, right? Like 15 people reached 200K in the month of July. And some of them hit it in 7 months. Some of them, it was their 3-year anniversary. So what if it takes you 3 years to reach financial freedom? So what if it takes you 4? I don't know about you guys. I went to graduate school. I mean, I was in school like 6.5, 7 years, and all that did was put me in a ton of debt. Yeah, I had a master's degree, but by God, I had to go to work to pay that off. And it wasn't my career as a speech pathologist that paid off $80,000 in student loans. It was my journey with this company. And that's the reality of what's happening here. And if you can be smart with your weekly rewards, you can get your family out of debt. You can create options for your family. You know, I just recently, Carrick gave me a shout out, and it meant a lot because he said, you know, I don't know who shouts out this couple, but you know, they've painted a picture, however he said it. They've shown us what this Thrive Life is about. Guys, we know we don't have anything that anyone else doesn't have. We encourage you guys to go all in, to push all your chips in, because we know if we did it, so can you. I got to even talk a little bit about my background today. You know, nobody ever asks about, you know, before, you know, like growing up, where did you grow? I grew up in a small town in Bowie, Texas, you know. I mean, I always was involved in something, and I was driven, but I never dreamed I'd be, you know, I would have the options that our family has now, you know. I thought I would just work, and that's just, you know, I don't know what I thought. I didn't imagine a life of freedom where I could be hands-on with my family and not have financial worries too. You know, that hasn't always come hand in hand. I don't think any of us grew up thinking that was an option. It was like either you work like crazy and you have some money, or you don't work and you don't have any, you know. But you can have a job, you can build a career, you can build a legacy doing what you love, getting paid to do what you love to do, spending time with your family. And that's possible for every single one of you. Guys, if you haven't looked at that email about our numbers, you have to look at it, and you've got to take a good look in the mirror, and you've got to say, why not me? Why can't I benefit from this crazy growth? I mean, it would be like being a shareholder, you know, with Amazon when their stock was $2 a share. Like, why would you not go all in with this? And last but not least, I've got to read this to you. It's so funny. Jason Mankiewicz actually posted this the other day, and it was a quote from Martin Luther King Jr. I don't know if you guys saw this, but it literally, I mean, this was like in 1968. I think a lot of times people think that the skepticism that you face, or the adversities, or the challenges that you face, or the flack you get from people is because you're associated with Thrive or Lavelle. Guys, that's not true. Anyone that's ever done anything for a cause, for a reason, to better themselves, they've had challenges. I mean, Laura Wells posted something just yesterday about people that are not in this industry that have done absolutely, you know, phenomenal things, but they were rejected before they got what they wanted. Had they given up, they would not be who they are today. Here's what she said. Let's see. It just talks about, so do you know the game Angry Birds? Rovio, the brand that created the game, launched 51 unsuccessful times before they developed Angry Birds. Let's see. Babe Ruth struck out 1,330 times. It says, my favorite vacuum cleaner is a Dyson, and there's no wonder why it doesn't suck at sucking up the dirt. James Dyson created 5,127 prototypes. Let's see, Picasso created nearly 100 masterpieces in his lifetime, but what most people don't know is he created a total of more than 50,000 works of art. So it's a numbers thing. It's a you've got to overcome the no's. You've got to keep tweaking and perfecting until you get it right. You've got to keep focusing on what you know, which is your story, and you've got to keep asking people to find who's ready to thrive with you now, and then follow up with who's not ready just yet, because you know there's a story that's going to be created there, and you want to be a part of launching that story. You want to be the one that introduces this to them and is a part of their story. You want them texting you someday and saying thank you. You know, the other thing that Jason posted about a quote from Martin Luther King Jr. I think this was in 1968. He said, "You may be 38 years old, as I happen to be, and one day some great opportunity stands before you and calls you to stand up for some great principle, some great issue, some great cause, and you refuse to do it because you are afraid. You refuse to do it because you want to live longer, or you're afraid that you'll lose your job, or you're afraid that you'll be criticized, or you'll lose your popularity, you're afraid that somebody will stab you or shoot you or bomb your house, so you refuse to take the stand." Okay, I know most of us are not afraid of the stabbing, the shooting, the bombing, blah, blah, blah. Bottom line is, people stop because of fear, and most of the time the fear is because of what other people think. Who gives a flip what other people think when it comes to what you know, and you know the truth? No one should be able to change your mind. No one is going to tell me that it's all in my head that I feel better than I did 10 years ago. No one is going to tell me. I mean, heck, I look better than I did 10 years ago. If we pulled out the old pictures, it's because I'm feeding my body premium nutrition day in and day out. No one is going to tell me it's a fluke that my knees don't hurt me anymore after a 1-mile run when I just completed 2 half marathons and I'm almost 40 years old. You see, I don't care care what anyone else says because I know the truth. No one is going to tell me that this is some fluke, some fad, some next best thing. So, oh, what if it doesn't last? Oh, that's a scam. When I see my weekly rewards and I see what we've been able to do as a family, the bills that we've paid off, the debt that's gone away. You see, when you push all your chips in, guys, no one can come at you because you know the truth. And that's what you have to stay plugged into. Don't be afraid of what somebody else thinks. Who cares? And whoever that somebody is probably going to have a problem with whatever you do whenever you do it anyway. This says, well, I got to finish up my quote. Martin Luther King Jr. Well, you may go on to live until you're 90, so life's going to go on, right? But you're just as dead at 38 as you would be at 90. And the cessation of breathing in your life is but the belated announcement of an earlier death of the spirit. Guys, we got to live. Like, don't go through your days doing what you hate. Don't go through your days being stuck because you're afraid of what somebody thinks or it's uncomfortable to send that message. You know, I've said this a couple of times on calls recently. I don't even know if I've said it in this team page, but you're going to be uncomfortable either way. I was uncomfortable when we were drowning in debt. I was uncomfortable when I was working in the heat of the summer. You know, when it's 105 in Texas, my car is rising up to about 125. Getting into a car with scrubs on, anybody that's ever worn scrubs to work, those things don't breathe. You know, getting in the car to drive to another patient's house while my 12-year-old's at home babysitting her brothers, that wasn't comfortable, guys. That was flat out painful. It's a lot less painful for me to send a message than it is to live that life again. You choose your uncomfortable. Emily Vickers said you choose your easy. You know, one thing is going to be easy or another. You're going to have to choose. Hang on, I'm butchering Emily's quote, and it's really, really good. I'm not going to go on forever and ever in here, y'all, I promise. But I have to share what Emily said. Oh, goodness, where did it go? All right, she says it's easy to do. Okay, so we're talking about daily activities. Sending the message, putting somebody on the phone, you know, sharing a call, sharing a Facebook story on you know, a fan page story, sharing a YouTube video with a friend, sending them a text. Hey, have you heard about Thrive? You ready to Thrive with me yet? It's easy to do, but it's also very easy to neglect. And guys, when you do those things, Bethany, you don't always have to be wearing those scrubs. I'm giving you some motivation here, right? There's easy things to do, but they're also easy not to do. When you do them consistently, guys, you're going to grow. It's going to happen. If you neglect them consistently over time, you're just going to be frustrated all the time. She said, easy to do, easy to neglect. One will cost you pennies and one a fortune. You've got to pick your easy. Guys, I promise, I can't even tell you how many conversations I have with people that say, if I can do this, anyone can do this. Are you listening to those people? Or do you just see people at 200K as people at the top that have it all made and you can't be there? You have to look at yourself in the mirror and say, why not me? Why can't I be on stage in Dallas holding that 200K? Why can't I hit my auto bonus? That's only getting a couple of people to hit 4K, earn their iPad, helping a few people go VIP 800, 1600, help a few more customers refer to Thrive for free. Why can't I get my car paid for every month? You may not even want to drive a BMW, Cadillac, Lexus, or whatever, Mercedes. You may not want. You may just need that $300 a month. Your car's already paid for. You're happy with your car, but $300 a month would eliminate some stresses in your household. Why not you? And here's the thing, you may not want that luxury vehicle, you may have your car paid for, but guess what? You may have someone on your team that desperately needs a new car, and they need it paid for by Lavelle. They just need to earn an extra couple $100 a month just so they don't have to worry about their electric bill as much. Guys, we can't just think about ourselves in this opportunity. We've got to think about all these people that we have the opportunity to help. And honestly, that's where the joy comes in anyway, is the more people you can help, the more fun this is. So I totally got off topic, but you know, I do this. I get in here and I talk to you guys, and it's just an exciting time in this company. I don't think I'll ever forget this day. And on top of that, getting the email, and then tomorrow I get to go up to Minnesota and be with Sheila and her team at a leadership event. It's a crazy ride, guys, and it's a rewarding ride. And every single one of you deserves to be a part of it. So take a good look in the mirror and ask yourself, why not me? And then just flat out say, I deserve it, and so does my family. And sit down tonight with your family and let them know what you got to do. And start digging, start following, get out that calendar challenge, print it out, start your reach outs tomorrow. Reach out to everyone that you know. It's all about exposing people to the experience, guys. It's going to take some validation before they say yes. Don't get frustrated that somebody's not saying yes to you the first time they reach out when it took you 2 years to say yes to your friend. Remember, it took you a while. It took me 8 months to say yes to Tony. So I can't be frustrated with someone when they ignore me for a couple of months. That's just part of it. It doesn't mean they don't like you or they don't like Thrive. It means they're not ready to thrive yet. So be it. Go find the person that's ready to thrive. Go find the person that's literally looking for someone as we speak. Share it with them. We don't know who it's going to be, guys. You don't. It's a crapshoot. You're just, you know, who is it? Who is it? You're inviting people personally to thrive with you. You're not just posting on Facebook. Like, you're literally asking people, hey, are you seeing my post about the Thrive experience? I have to tell you more. I would love for you to be thriving with me. I don't know what it's going to do for you, but oh my gosh, if it even does a half for you what it's done for me, it's going to change your life. You've got to take a look at this. You know, just reach out, be consistent. Focus on what you know, and whatever you do, don't you dare let somebody else come between what you want for you and your family and what you know is possible, because if it's been possible for us, it's possible for every single one of you. So with that, love you guys. Thank you for just getting on and interacting with me a little bit, and thank you for your encouragement. You know, that's one thing that I always say. We've attracted some of the best people in the world to this business. I don't know how we got so fortunate. It's something about this company and what they're doing for people that we've literally attracted the best of the best, and it's a blessing to be a part of it. So we'll see you guys later. We have a huge opportunity right now with all the free product that we have in our house, and the product that I know a lot of you guys were able to purchase during Triple Commission. So get the product out the door into people's hands. Smart sample. We have smart sampling promotions going on everywhere. So get the product. It does, that product that you got does not need to just stay in your house. It's not creating a new story just staying in your house. You already have your story. Let's go create a story for somebody else. You're going to get some more free product, I promise you. And the more stories you create, the more you'll never have to worry about what product costs again. You won't be worried about what anything costs. So thank you guys so much. Appreciate your leadership, Sherry and Megan. Seriously, guys, love y'all, and thank you so much. And I'm going to sign on off. Bye, guys.